words like suicide, homicide, even pesticide, were words which I learned even as a young pupil of English language. But one of the words with which I was not well acquainted was femicide, or killing of girls and women. However, this word becomes extremely important, particularly on this day, the 25th of November, which is considered to be the International Anti-Femicide Day. I'm both dismayed and shocked to hear that statistically, every 10 minutes, a girl or a woman is killed, mainly by a man, sometimes even by a boy. This is not merely very sad, but it is also very shameful, since I cannot deny myself to be a man. And I believe and remain convinced that it is the duty of every single man to come forward in order to discourage, even combat, and do each of our utmost in protecting girls and women, without whom none of us could be born, none of us would be here on this earth. According to the New Testament, even the Messiah had to be born of a woman, a blessed virgin, Miriam in Hebrew, or Mary in English. I personally also believe that the fulfillment of the scriptures of the sacred Torah or the Holy Bible, for example, where Isaiah quite clearly prophesies about the Messiah who would be born of a woman. We owe every single woman our gratitude, even if we fail to recognize this in our everyday life, remembering that each and every one of them could be our mother by whom we were born, without whom we would not be born. I personally remain convinced that each of us, every single man, also has a part of effeminacy or womanhood in him. And we need to ensure that nature of effeminacy or womanhood is not hidden but revealed in our action towards others, especially towards girls and women. Even this evening, I came across a story on YouTube where a little girl who was extremely poor approaches a millionaire at a restaurant and asks that millionaire if she could have a meal with him. And the millionaire, who himself had been extremely poor at some stage, invites that girl to sit with him and orders a full meal for her, and later carries her in his arm and grants her a home and house in his own residence. That particular story reminded me of that figure, that fatherly figure that should be found in each and every single man, including my humble self. This is a night in our country when we should remember our mothers, but we should also remember every single victim who happens to be a girl or a woman who is abused or even disregarded by any man, including my own self, to my utter shame. We owe every single girl, every single woman, the allegiance of our commitment towards them, in protecting them, because true heroism does not lie in our nature of dominance, but true heroism lies in our nature of protecting others. This is a message which I crave leave to share with all of you, my fellow global men, whom I respect, not for being simply men, but for your contribution in protecting girls and women of our world. Therefore, I pray most humbly that you come forward, remembering that none of us, even you, would not be on this earth without women. And thank you in anticipation for your kind understanding and the appropriate response, while I bid all of you, both my fellow global men and women, a very solemn and blissful night from my country.